In this video, we're going to start talking about some of the ways you can actually use Unity. So we're going to launch it here from the shortcut, and splash screen comes up, and eventually, there we go. And let's zoom in a little bit here. Okay, we've got the grid showing. And the first thing I'm going to do is place an object, a primitive object, on the screen. So come up here to the menus and choose Game Object, Create Other, and I'm going to put a cube out there. And there it is. Now we've got three handles here. We can move it using these handles. They're red, green, and blue, RGB. And you can think of the X, Y, and Z as RGB. So X is the red handle, Y is the green handle, which is pointing up, and blue is the Z. So Unity follows a convention where Y is pointing up. That's common to applications that have more of a video and TV and movies kind of history or mindset to them. Some others, which come more from the CAD world, might have Z pointing up and down, but Unity has Y. Now, when you select one of these, it will turn yellow to show that it's highlighted or selected. And there we go. And then you can drag it along that axis. Now, if you look over on the right also while we're doing this, we have this section called the inspector, and these numbers, these position numbers, we're moving, and they can just be set. You can just go in here and type these numbers and tab from one field to the next, and that moves it around. Now we're going to click on the rotate button here. Remember, the rotate has a shortcut of E. It's W-E-R. Actually, the hand is the Q of the top left-hand keys, the Q, W, E, R. Don't use the hand all that much, but it is there. So click on it, and now we've got these handles, again, red, green, and blue, along the axes. This is a little different because you're rotating around the axes. So you have to think of sort of like a line passing through the center, like the hub of an axle. You also notice that as we rotate it, the axes move around. That's a local axis for the object. We can switch between local and global, and we'll do that in a bit. And also we can come in here and change the rotation in the inspector. Just type in the numbers, and then we can come back here and now scale it. And again, there's inspector things, but the scale is actually, now that we have an object, worthwhile. So we can scale individually on any of the three axes, and then in the center there's a cube here, lets us scale on all three axes at once. So that's fine. Again, we can come back in here to the inspector, change the scales back to 1, get us back to our original cube, and click off the cube to unselect it. And then we can hold down the Alt key, left drag, scroll wheel, hold down the Alt key and push in the scroll wheel, which is actually a middle mouse button to move, and Alt key and right mouse button drag to zoom in or out. Remember, you can also do that with the scroll wheel. Gizmo at the top here lets you change the view. Click on any of the little triangles, or click in the center. Clicking in the center gets you a perspective view. Now let's click here on the Y to get to the top view. Now I can also zoom in quickly using the F key to frame. Let's get the handles, the move handles here, and you see I've got the X and Z. I've got rotation handles here. I'm going to rotate this. Rotating in Y about 45 degrees, just going to come over here and type in exactly 45 degrees. And go back to the move handles, and here they are along the local axes. And I've got some buttons up here at the top, and I can change these, and sometimes you got to hit them once or twice to get them to line up to either the local or the global axes. So you can move on the axes to the object or to the entire scene, which is very handy. Okay, and now with the cube still selected, I'm going to just hit the delete key on the keyboard to get rid of the cube. And that's it for this video. Follow us to the next one.